Assalamu alaikum students of grade 7. How are you all? I hope you guys are having great time at your home, working, studying and helping your parents. And I hope you guys are enjoying great health as well. So girls and guys, I'm back with online lecture 27th of social studies. Grade 7, and currently we are studying geography portion as your history portion is done for the first term syllabus. So we are studying the very first chapter of geography, that is chapter 1, physical state of earth, and today we are going to talk about seismograph to measure earthquakes, dated 16th of July 2020, Thursday. So before starting our today's topic, it's very important to talk on the things that we have learned or discussed in our previous lecture. So in our previous lecture, we talked about the volcanism, and I told you that volcanism is the process of eruption of molten rock, that is magma, onto the surface of earth. It includes all phenomena resulting from and causing magma, that is the molten rock, within the crust or mantle of the body to rise through the crust and form volcanic rocks on the surface. In simple words, I told you when the lava comes out of the surface of the earth and the volcanic eruption happens there. So it's all about the volcanic activity. So I told you volcanic activity ranges from emission of gases, non-explosive lava emissions, to extremely violent explosive bursts that may last many hours. I also told you that a volcanic event occurs when there is a sudden or continuing release of energy caused by near surface or surface magma movement. And I also told you that volcanic activity occurs at two types of plate boundaries, that is mid-ocean ridges and subduction zones. Then I also talk about different kinds of volcanoes based on the activity. I told you about active volcanoes, dormant volcanoes and extinct volcanoes, where I told you that extinct volcanoes are those volcanoes which are no longer active or have not erupted in 10,000 years or in historical times, and active volcanoes are those which erupt at regular intervals. And active volcanoes cause a lot of destruction on the surface of earth, and I told you that dormant volcanoes are those which have not erupted for a few hundred years, but they are very powerful. And I also talked about different types of volcanoes, which were the cinder cone volcanoes, composite volcanoes, shield volcanoes and lava domes, and we have discussed these types of volcanoes in detail. Then I also have told you about the effects of volcanic eruption. That is because of the volcanic eruption, there is deterioration of water quality, fewer periods of rain, crop damages and the destruction of vegetation. And also due to volcanic eruptions and their immediate aftermath, increased respiratory system problems have been observed, as well as mortality among those affected by volcanic eruptions. So let's talk about our today's lecture, as we have had the headlines of our previous lecture. Like in our previous lecture, we talked about, first of all, volcanism. Then I told you different types of volcanoes. Then I also talked about effects of volcanic eruption on environment and on human life, and on humans, on wildlife, because the effects are disastrous. and a lot of people can be killed or injured, or they can be they get a lot of injuries because of the volcanic eruption. Okay, in one of our previous lectures I told you about the tectonic plates. It's very important to have sufficient knowledge about tectonic plates, girls and guys, because all the natural disasters that happen, like volcanic eruptions, tsunamis and earthquakes, somehow they are caused by the tectonic plates. And it's very important for you for you all that you should know about different movements of the tectonic plates. Let me have a headline of those moments for you all. So girls and guys, in plate tectonics, as I told you that earth has several tectonic plates, right? So there are different plates having different moments, and they are having different effects. So first we talk about the divergent plate and divergent boundary or divergent movement, or simply divergence you can say. So in this type of movement, the two plates move away from each other. Okay, and next is convergence, or the convergent boundary, or the convergent movement. And in this movement, the two tectonic plates move towards each other, and their edges get folded, or they create a height, and hence mountains are formed. Okay, so next we talk about the slide movement. Like in this type of movement, the two tectonic plates slide past each other. Okay, so these different types of movements of the plate tectonics can cause dangerous and disastrous earthquakes, tsunamis, and many eruptions. Okay, so girls and guys, I also told you about a story where I was watching the educational videos, you can say that, where I found a video where I witnessed disastrous or very dangerous earthquake in Japan. And Japan is the one that has a lot of the probabilities of having earthquakes. So let's talk about our today's lecture. I think it's enough talking about our previous lecture. And girls and guys, I recommend you to replay my videos because your online exams are around the corner. And just keep on replaying my videos and just refresh your knowledge. Clear? Okay, great. So here's the slide that tells you about our today's topic, that is seismograph. Okay, and for measuring earthquakes. So girls and guys, I want you all to first of all just see the slide, and which is having a diagram of a seismograph, and it is having different things. That is, first of all, just look at the frame. And next you can see the base and where the frame is attached, and then you can see a fixed mass. Okay, and then there is a ground movement. So we are gonna talk about how a seismograph works. So now I recommend you just pause my video over here, and as I have already sent you a video that tells you about how a seismograph works. I want you all to see the video, to understand the video first of all, and then come back over here, then replay my video. Okay, good. Just go there, watch the video, then come back over here. Clear? So when you will be coming back, I want you to just play the button and start the video. Okay. So as you have seen the video, I hope most of the things would be clear, like how it works, and let me make the concepts more clear to you all, and let me tell you more about it. So, girls and guys, earthquakes are measured using seismographs, which monitor the seismic waves that travel through the earth after an earthquake strikes. Seismograph is an instrument that measures and records details of earthquakes such as force and duration. The energy measured in a seismograph may result from an earthquake or from some other source such as an explosion. Seismographs can record many things and record many little waves called microseisms. These tiny microseisms can be caused by heavy traffic near the seismograph, waves hitting a beach, the wind, and any number of other ordinary things that cause some shaking of the seismograph. Sorry. Okay. It consists of a mass, as you have seen in the video as well, that is attached to a fixed base, as I have shown you in a video. During an earthquake, the base moves and the mass doesn't. The motion of the base with respect to the mass is commonly transformed into an electrical voltage, as you have seen in the video. So the electrical voltage is recorded on paper, again as you have seen in the video. The electric voltage is recorded on paper, magnetic tape, or another recording media. This record is proportional to the motion of the seismometer mass relative to the earth, but it can be mathematically converted to a record of the absolute motion of the ground. So seismograph generally refers to the seismometer and its recording device as a single. Okay, so the very first seismograph was developed in 1890. A seismograph is securely mounted onto the surface of the earth so that when the earth shakes, the entire unit shakes with it except for the mass on the spring, which has inertia and remains in the same place. And we do this in order to measure the earthquakes. Okay, so as the seismograph shakes under the mass, the recording device on the mass records the relative motion between itself and the rest of the instrument, thus recording the ground motion. So this is how seismograph helps to measure the earthquakes. Okay, and I told you earthquake is just the shaking of the ground, and there are many causes of the earthquakes, and most of which I told you that tectonic plates cause the earthquakes. Clear? So it was all about the seismograph. It is a small instrument that is used to measure the earthquakes. I just wanted to tell you few things about it. I think most of the things are clear, and for more understanding I want you to replay my video and lecture as well. So girls and guys, here's a page number 14 of your first chapter of geography, that is the physical state of earth, and it shows something, the list of major historic earthquakes. So here your book has mentioned the earthquakes in different years, location, magnitude, and depth. So I want you all to just read this page and to have a better understanding of it. And there's a history. For example, in year 1556 the earthquake occurred in China, and its magnitude was 8.0, and deaths, you can say that 530,000 deaths. So then back in 1906 earthquake hit the San Francisco, and its magnitude was 7.9, and total death rates were recorded were 700. And then back in 1960, and then 1964, then 1977, and so on. I want you all just read the page and information, and you will get to know which countries and cities were hit by earthquakes, and how many people were killed, and what was the magnitude of those earthquakes. Clear? Great. So for an assignment and for your practice questions, I have chosen few questions. These are short questions, not so lengthy. So I hope that you will solve all those questions easily. So it's from question 30 till question 38 from your notes of first chapter, that is physical state of earth geography portion. So let me read the questions for you all. So question 30 is, name the device used to measure the earthquake. Recently we have talked about it. So next question gonna be, what is the most famous skill used to measure earthquake? Then what are effects of earthquake? And next question is, write a short note on tsunami. And next question is, what is volcanism? We just have talked about it. Then next question is, what are different types of volcanoes? I just talked about it, and we have just revised our previous lectures as well. So next question is, where the world's largest and unique volcanoes are found. Okay, very easy. And girls and guys, I always recommend you that when you will be finding any information box inside of your page, just please read those boxes, because those boxes are very important, and those boxes contain very important information as well. So next question gonna be, what is specific ring of fire? So your last question gonna be, what are causes of volcanic eruption? We have just talked about it as well, right? So there are different questions. We have talked about these questions in our most of the lectures, right? So I am hoping that you guys are gonna do these questions the best of all, and you guys are studying hard, and inshallah you guys will get great percentages as well. So just replay my video, keep on replaying my lectures, my recorded videos, to have a better understanding. And I want you all to work hard and keep on replaying my videos. Take great care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.